Hello everyone, my name is Randy and this is my Chronically Cozy Life. So today I'm going to do something a little different and I want to share with you my fall cozy bucket list. I have also put this up on my blog, so you can go and check it out there if you want as well. Today I'm going to share a few of my favorite things and how I love to celebrate the season. Fall is, of course, my favorite season. Honestly, I don't know who doesn't love fall because it is the best. Everything gets crisp and fresh and we go back to our regular routines and everything calms down a little bit. I know a lot of people really love summer and I really want to love summer, but it's just a lot for me and I don't do very well with the heat. Though, however, to be honest, I don't do that well with the rain either, so I'm kind of screwed either way. But if I'm going to be uncomfortable, I'd rather be uncomfortable and cozy and wrapped in a blanket than uncomfortable and sweating and warm and overheated. So, fall. I love fall. It's amazing. It's my favorite. So let's get into my top bucket list items for this fall. So first we have audiobooks. I love reading and I really wish that I was good at sitting still and reading my actual books more, but I'm not. I'm always busy kind of doing something, even though it might not be like a super active something. So I love listening to audiobooks and I've really gotten into using Libro FM lately. I have to tell you about this one because it is an amazing service. So it's a lot like Audible in that you pay monthly and you get your credit, but unlike that other service, they support local small indie bookstores, which is a big thing for me. I really hate when you're buying books and the things that you love, but you're not really truly supporting the authors and the bookstores and the things that make you happy. So that's always kind of a bummer. So I really like Libro FM because part of the money that you pay for your subscription service goes to supporting the local indie bookstore of your choice. So my money goes to Mosaics here in Kelowna. And I am on their bi-monthly subscription service. So I pay every second month and get a new credit because I also use Libby and I also have my other books. So I don't need to be getting them every month. And I love that they have this option because paying every month was a little much, but paying every second month is a totally feasible thing to do. And I love the books that I have found on there. I started using it because I just couldn't find some of the books elsewhere. And I think now, gosh, I'm going to get it wrong. They said something like they're at like 50,000 or 500,000. I feel like it was 500,000 books available, something like that. But you have to go check them out. They're amazing. I have my affiliate links below. If you go through there, I make a little bit of money as well. So check those out. Right now, can't forget to tell you, I also have my own playlist, my Chronically Cozy playlist on there, and I will also drop that link below, and you have to check that out because those are some of my favorite cozy listens that would be perfect for fall. Next on my bucket list is just getting cozy and wrapping up in a blanket with a nice warm drink and just having like cozy time. Like that is the thing I miss most during the summer, is just being able to like wrap up and have your pillows all around you and your nice like warm drink and just cozy time. That is one of the things I am most looking forward to this fall. However, if you want to get outside, you can do the next item on the list, which is check out a new cozy coffee shop. Kelowna here has a ton of amazing coffee shops that I love visiting. I have a list of my favorite cozy coffee shops here in Kelowna on my blog. Again, all links will be down there. I love going and just sitting in the coffee shop and people watching and sipping my drink or taking my computer and doing some work or some writing. Just always a good way to spend a little bit of time outside the house without it being a lot of energy, I guess, really. Sitting around coffee shops, always a top favorite fall activity. Next item on the list is setting up my fall digital planner pages. If you haven't seen it yet, I have a digital planner that I use, and I love going through and setting up the last quarter of the year, filling in my fall bucket list, which I have free printable and or digital pages for as well. And setting up like all of my goals for this last half of the year. I like to really, I don't like to be pushing myself this time of the year to finish some of the goals that I haven't gotten to, but that is the inevitable what's going to happen. So I like going through my planner at this time of year and really figuring out what I want to focus on for the last bit of the year. Next on my list is a gentle fall walk through the foliage. I cannot wait for the leaves to change and get all colorful and start falling from the trees so they can crunch under my feet. It is my favorite. We have so many nice walking trails around here, and I'm really hoping to go and check out maybe some new ones if I can find some new ones. I'm looking for all of the most gentle walks here in Kelowna that we can do. So if you know of any, go ahead, drop them in the comments below. Tell me your favorites. Obviously, Mission Creek, if you're around here, you know that Mission Creek is one of the best, and I'm definitely going to be on that. But if you know of any that are a little quieter, a little bit less people on it, that would be amazing. Let me know in the comments below. And while we're talking about getting a little bit more movement in, that brings me to my next favorite, and that is getting into a new movement routine that is inside and a little bit maybe more chill, a little bit more low key. Summer, of course, is always so go, 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 and I don't have a set specific workout plan usually during the summer because there's too many different things going on to stay consistent with anything. Also, I'm usually spending so much time outside in my garden and working on my house and doing all of the other things that are required during the summertime. So I don't have a set workout plan during the summer. So fall is a time for me to start a new workout plan. And this year I'm trying to start off really nice and slow so that I'm not hurting myself, which I have a bad tendency of doing. It's kind of unhelpable as I'm hypermobile. There's a lot of ways for me to hurt myself really easily, apparently. So I'm starting off with some nice slow 5-minute movements. A little bit every day is always going to be more beneficial than doing absolutely nothing. So my 5-minute movements are amazing for me right now at the beginning of fall. I do have some 5-minute movement guides that I've created, again, all down there. Please go check them out. They have 10 different movements. I have a mobility, a core strength, and a flexibility book, and each of them have 10 different movements with modifications for each. So different ways that you can do the movements, either standing or sitting or laying down or using props, whatever you need to make the movement fit for you. So check those out, and if you need any other tips or any other ideas for some low impact movements, I do have some other movement videos as well from my time as a personal trainer and movement coach. Next on the list, and one that I am very excited to get back into doing more of this year, is planning a little cozy crafting session. I used to be a very crafty person. I mean, I guess I'm not a crafty person now. I just don't take the time to do the crafts as often anymore. But I have a few things in my head right now that I want to work on. I've been getting more into my embroidery this year. I want to work more on my painting this year. I've got all of these little things. Oh, I've got air dry clay, and I'm gonna get some stuff to do some air dry clay projects. I am very excited to reclaim the crafty side of me this year, and I'm definitely going to be sharing that more with you guys here. Again, if you need some ideas of some hobbies and some crafts that are good for spoonies and low energy people, I do have a blog for that as well, and I will pop the link of that for that down below as well. Next item on the list is lighting a fall scented candle or brewing up a little simmer pot. I love fall scents. The cinnamon and nutmeg, the pumpkin spice, the just coziness of it all. I do love fall scents. Unfortunately, though, I am a very scent sensitive person. So any like really strong fragrances and chemically smelling things give me just huge headaches so quickly, and they'll make me feel sick. I can't do it. So as much as I love a good fall scented candle, and I do love finding naturally scented fall candles, this year I'm going to gather some of the things to make some simmer pots, because I just love when my house smells like baking, like cinnamon and sugar and apples, and love it. So I'm gonna figure out the whole simmer pot situation, because that seems like the best way to get that nice homey smell in a more natural kind of way. So please do check out the blog for this one, because I do have a list of some of the good items that you can add into your simmer pot. So please do go check that out. And I will be posting more about making simmer pots to add natural scents to your home. And I will probably share it here on the channel as well. Next item on the list is binging fall themed movies. I'm a big movie lover. I love this time of year because like nobody really faults you for binging a bunch of movies. Everyone's like, oh yeah, this sounds like a really nice way to spend a fall day. Whereas you get a lot of flack for it when you spend all day watching movies for it in the summer. It's not fair at all, I don't think. Some of my favorite fall movies that I am definitely going to be watching pretty soon. I already did a little bit of a Hobbit marathon, but I'm definitely going to also go through The Lord of the Rings. If we want to get into some shows, some Gilmore Girls might be in the mix. Of course, Harry Potter, because Harry Potter screams of September. What else? I'm not a big Halloween movie person as much. I'm more fall vibey. But if you have any suggestions of any videos that I should be trying, please, again, drop them down below. A little bit more active but low-key activity that you can get outside and do is going apple picking. We live in an area that there are just tons of orchards everywhere, and a bunch of them have you-pick options. I've never actually taken advantage of these, but I think this year I'd really like to get out and do that. I know I'm going to have to do it soon. I know, especially if you're here in the Okanagan, please do go out and support your local farmers, because we're having a hard time of things around here. I know that the growing season wasn't very good in my garden, so I can't imagine what everybody else experienced on grand scale, because the weather around here has just been a little crazy. So if you do get a chance to go out and support your local farmers, go apple picking. It is a perfect way to spend a fall day, and I definitely think maybe this week I'll go fall apple picking. Yeah. That sounds lovely. And then, of course, once you get all those apples, you can go on to the next item on my list, which is bake some tasty fall treats. Personally, I believe that September is for apples and October is for pumpkin flavored things. I like to divide them. This year I made apple muffins and apple butter with the apples that I got from the farmer's market last week, and they were so good, so good. I love me an apple muffin, and I'd never made apple butter before, and it tastes so good on pancakes. New favorite thing for sure. So yeah, baking fall treats is always a perfect fall activity. And I really don't bake a lot any other time of year other than fall and winter, because it's the only time where there's like, There's precedent for it. Everybody loves their fall and Christmas treats, but also it's cool enough to bake things because it gets really hot here in the summer. Next on my list is planning a cozy home date night. Next item on my list is planning a cozy home date night. As much as I would love to go out every week, I don't have the money nor the energy to do so. So I do a lot of home date nights. I have a whole list of cozy home date night ideas. Again, I will pop that down below. But fall is, of course, the perfect time to plan like a movie night or a cooking together night, or maybe like a craft night, something like that, where you guys can just cozy up and spend some time together. Of course, this doesn't have to be with a significant other. It can also be with your bestie, whoever you like spending time with. Just finding that reason to do something fun at home in a cozy little space. Of course, what would a fall bucket list be without a trip to your local pumpkin patch? I love going to the pumpkin patch every year, doing the corn maze, and we go to this one, sometimes they have like pumpkin slingshots, and they have the hay ride around the farm. Love it. It's such a nice way to spend a day. And then of course you get to pick your pumpkin to come home with, which brings me to the next item on my list, pumpkin painting. I used to love carving pumpkins, and I would do some pretty intricate carvings, and I had a lot of fun with it. But more and more these days, my body can't do it. My hands can't do it. My wrists can't do it. The like poking and carving and all of that. So I am very happily switching up to painting pumpkins, because it's an amazing way to add a little bit of fun and color, and you can do cute little designs. I'm thinking maybe I might do like a cutesy one and then maybe like a more intricate one this year. It's so easy to do, and it's a lot more gentle on the body and on the joints. Most paint works, but you can go cheap and just get acrylic paint from the dollar store, and it's a really fun way to spend an evening. Next on my list, and I will be honest, this is probably also on my summer list, and honestly, it can be done anytime and will be good. Having a bonfire, roasting marshmallows, and making s'mores. Preferably all three, but just one if you want. Make s'mores at home in the air fryer if that's what you have available. S'mores, fires, perfect fall activity. We have a nice little like table with a built-in fireplace on our deck where I like to make my s'mores. But if you can, get out into the woods, build a bonfire, whatever you can do. Just sitting around, watching the flames, enjoying the s'mores, the sweet treats. Just a perfect way to spend any fall evening, or summer evening, or winter evening. Spring feels a little weird for bonfires, but like, why not? It might be wet, but bonfires and s'mores, always a good thing. Okay, I'm almost done here. I do have a few more. The next one on my list is planning a nice, relaxing, cozy bath time. Again, something you can't do as much in the summer because it's a little bit too warm, but having a nice warm bath, lighting some candles, maybe some fall scented candles, filling it with a bubble bath, and maybe if you're feeling sore, looking into some like CBD bath salts or something like that. Oh, perfect. I love adding CBD to my baths. It just gives you such a nice full body calm. I jump around between what I use right now, but I will drop some of my recommendations below. Of course, make sure that you are using CBD products from a very trusted, well-known company. CBD, if you don't know, doesn't give you any of the like THC high effects. CBD is just purely a calming, pain relieving effect. So if you do deal with chronic pain like I do, and chronic muscle and joint pain, definitely check out CBD bath bombs. They are just lovely. Just a lovely addition to a bath night. Next on the list, and again, I kind of already said this, but go and visit your local farmer's market if you have one. Especially at the end of the year when all of the farmers have all of their produce. There's so many good things to get right now. And also, visiting all of the local crafters and artists is a good way to get your Christmas shopping done early. And who doesn't appreciate some beautiful handmade piece of art? Obviously. I think last year I did all of my shopping local at different events, craft fairs, and at the farmers market. And everybody loved what they got. And I felt really good about all of the businesses that I supported. And it was just a great way to do Christmas. And I definitely think it's going to be my go-to shopping method from now on. Next on my list is making a nice, warm, hearty soup. My favorite is always potato soup. A little bit of bacon, a little bit of veggies, a little bit of cheddar cheese. Gotta load it up with all the good. Just warms the whole soul. And I can't recommend soup enough, really, honestly. I do love a thicker, chunkier soup versus the more just like creamy, liquidy soups. But soup, always a good option. Last on my fall bucket list, at least, is prepping my garden for fall. I love my garden, and I've been working to make my garden a lot more easy to take care of, but there is still a lot of different things that I need to do now that the year has ended and I'm getting it ready for the new year. I am learning. I'm always learning. I kind of make gardening up as I go. I don't really put a lot of effort into learning ahead. I learn from my mistakes. And what I have learned is that I have not been prepping my gardens well enough at the end of the year to have a good growing season the next year. Now, again, it could have just been the weather. It could be the soil. It could be many different things. But I didn't have a great growing season this year. So this fall, I'm putting some extra effort into prepping it, getting the boxes cleaned out of all the dead roots and everything, and adding in some new nutrients and covering it with a good cover of leaves and hay and whatever else I can to keep all of those nutrients and everything in there. So that is the last on my fall bucket list today. I hope you like this list, and I hope maybe it's inspired you or helped you find something that might, add a little bit of fun to your season, a little bit of cozy. Again, if you want to see this whole list in print, you can check it out on my blog. I also have my free digital planner pages, or printable planner pages, whichever one you choose to use them for. And I have bucket list pages where you can fill in all of your favorites of these options and maybe some other options. Please do leave me some of your favorite bucket list items in the comments below, or let me know what your favorite is. And yeah, that's all for today. Thank you for hanging around with me. Please make sure that you give this video a like and make sure you subscribe for more chronically cozy fun. Thank you, everyone. Bye.